first time that I heard you, it was on an old cassette. My dad knew I would love it before I hadn't listened yet. But how is this for some blues? You were dead before I knew of you. The way you play guitar went straight into my bones. I could listen to your music and I'd never feel alone. But how is this for some blues? You were dead before I knew of you. I've got myself a Strat of my own. I bought your pickups from the stores. I tried like hell to copy your tone, but you can't buy that soul of yours. If it wasn't for you, Stevie Ray, who knows if I'd be in this chair? After years of chasing your sound, I've finally found my own flair. I wish I could thank you for these blues, but you were dead before I knew of you. How is this for some blues? You were dead before I knew of you. Hi there, TK365. Tonight is episode 323. This tune is called Tribute. I guess we'll just call this Tribute to SRV, or Tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan, or something like that. I guess I haven't figured out what I'm going to write this as. Today is the 29th anniversary of Stevie Ray Vaughan's passing in Alpine Valley, Wisconsin. He was a big influence into a lot of the music I listened to before I even knew who he was. Basically, when I first got my very first guitar, which is these two are my very first guitars. This was my first acoustic, and this was my first electric. When I first got these guitars, this one, I learned very, very little, very off the bat. Like, I basically learned how to play like the C chord, and that was about it. I couldn't play the F, like I couldn't do it. G, which I ended up faking with this thumb thing, which I still do to this day, 22 years later. But I really didn't get into it. And one night I was sitting around, and I've been listening to all the Stevie Ray Vaughan, and the first song I printed out in tablature, when you used to be able to go like to the library and print out like 30 pages of tablature, was actually Texas Flood, and which was lofty goals for sure. But I couldn't figure out how he got all those sounds out of it. And I sat in the room one day, the power went out, and I was downstairs in this like echoey part of the house, and I figured out like, and I was like, oh, that's how they do it. They bend the strings. And I had really no idea. Like, I just didn't understand that, I guess. And after that, it was like, pew, took off. I spent the first probably 5 years trying like hell to learn how to play just like Stevie Ray. Like everything I tried, it was, you know, I went and had the pickups put in, the Texas Special pickups put in that Stratocaster, which was the pickups that were in his Fender Signature Stratocaster, all this stuff. I tried really hard just to sound the same way, and my hands just didn't do the same things. I think there was, you know, and a lot of people will say, you know, every guitar will sound differently depending on, I could put this guitar in somebody else's hand, it's going to make it sound differently. And it's the same equipment. It's all, you know, nothing's different. Anyway, I'm kind of getting on a bit of a tangent here, but I've spent the last, you know, 18 years trying hard to not sound like him. And I guess the point of this entire tangent is that when I sat down tonight, I thought I really want to write a tribute or something to him. But I thought it would be best if I write something that sounded nothing like him. I'm not much of a finger picker, but I like some of the old blues stuff, Big Bill Broonzy and that stuff, and decided to write a minor key E minor blues. I think it was that G. Gosh, I have to look back to see which way where the capo was. Yeah, it was G minor blues. Anyway, probably would sound cool if I jammed over top of it. Who knows? But it was a very regimented finger picking song where I tried. I mean, I just wrote it 20 minutes ago, so I probably made some mistakes, but tried really hard to create some sort of tribute. And I feel like one of the most ultimate blues things is the fact that I never even knew who he was until he'd been dead for 6 years before I even really knew who he was. And it kind of sucks in the fact that like I wasn't even aware. You know, there's a lot of people that have seen, you know, saw him at his heyday and stuff, and it's just crazy to think that somebody who's been so influential into such a big part of my life, I didn't even know who he was, you know, didn't even exist. And I was alive during his entire career, and just had no idea. So that's kind of a bluesy thing about the idea, you know. So that's about it for tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm going to call this something, I don't know, but this is episode 323 of TK365, my year-long attempt to produce an original song every day for a year. I appreciate you watching and supporting. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Shoot me a like button if you want to, I don't know, or a heart or whatever you want to say. And hope you like it. So thank you for watching. And as I always say, see you tomorrow.